establish that, Mr. Depp has to prove the following elements. He has to prove that the publication of the op-ed and that it was written by Ms. Heard.
Why are you here? I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
Shut up and sit down.
I did analism. Hard. And I live my life that way. I don't know. Is he breathing? Am I breathing? And I want to check. And I reach out. And I touch his breath. I reach for it. And I accidentally beat the fucking shit out of him. No. And I'm taking care of his kids. And then all of a sudden he calls me in. He throws a porcupine up my vagina. And he's yelling at me, "You don't have tits. Grow a pair of tits." And I'm thinking, I'm a woman. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them how I beat the fucking shit. And he's coming at me, and then I'm coming at him. We're coming. And then the SWAT team comes in. And then Aquaman's there. And I said, what? And I ask you, what do you think it's like to have to live your life without a taint? Because he took mine. And now I'm a part of a support group for people who don't have taints.
I was walking out of the bedroom, slapped me across the face. I turned to look at him. And I said, "Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me." Fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Over and over. Fucking hate you. I know you can't hit a woman, you can't hit a man, you can't hit anyone.
Facing a proper slap, but I was hitting you.
My dog stepped on a bee. I just stared at him because I didn't know what else to do. And he slaps me one more time. Hard.
The war hard based on the accusations that she brought.
Could you please state your name for the court?
Amber Heard.
And what do you do for a living, Ms. Heard?
I am an actor. That's one of my professions.
And could you please tell us why you're here?
I'm here because Johnny Depp is suing me for defamation.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance.
If my dog stepped on a bee. Shut up, bitch. Okay, get this shit, okay? She takes me to the vet. They give me an EpiPen shot. Swelling starts to go down. And then this fucking crazy bitch tells the vet, "Hey, I don't want my dog to suffer. Let's just take care of this quickly."
So what are you saying?
Bitch tried to kill me because I got stung by a fucking bee.
I didn't realize at the time, but I think he was using cocaine because it was like there was a jar of cocaine.
Your name and age?
I'm Amber Lower Heard. I'm 36, just celebrated last week actually.
So Amber, what do you recall on June the 16th?
I don't know, he was looking at me. And I just saw in his eyes brown. Because his eyes, they're brown. And just remember looking at this light and thinking, this stupid light.
You're on a hearsay.
When the next thing I remember, I always bent over backwards on the bar, meaning my chest was up. I was staring at the blue lights and my chest was on this, my back was on the
Johnny, why is our carpet so dirty? I can't with this dirty carpet. It's so dirty. This carpet. Where's the maid?
Hello, it is I, your king, King Jackass. And today, we must come up with a battle plan, a strategy for war. Because we're going to war with the barn witch. Amber Heard. We're going to war because she's a cunt. Yes, she's just a big, dirty cunt. We don't like cunts in this country, now do we? No, there's a big sign at the front of the country that says no cunts allowed. And Amber just insists on breaking all the rules. She brings that sticky cunt inside, and it smells like dead fish.
Look at us!
Look at us!
Can't believe we're representing my favorite actor.
I know, right? Amber Heard is going down!
She's going down! Okay, we pretty much have this thing in a bag, but let's just look at the paperwork, just for formality's sake. Oh no.
Oh fuck!
Representing
Amber Heard? But I'm Team Johnny!
We have like 8 minutes to prepare for
What
this.
can we even say about him? He's perfect!
He drinks a lot of wine.
I drink a lot of wine, that doesn't sound bad.
So what sounds worse? A mega pint.
Perfect! What else? Oh, I got it. We'll object everything they say.
Genius, don't let him talk.
And then we'll even object ourselves. Make them think we're just questioning everything.
Love it.
Amber's performance.
She's gotta act really sad.
A nose blowing in front of camera sad.
So sad, it's poetic.
You know what's poetically sad?
Huh.
The Talented Mr. Ripley.
I freaking love that movie.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
The goat.
The goat! Why don't we just have her quote that?
Great, who's gonna look that
I'm
up?
already feeling better about this.
Let's just hope we don't shit the bed.
Or Laura doesn't.
Amber.
Right.
I lose my balance. At this point, we're sitting next to each other on the edge of the couch, or I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this.
Hey, listen, it's your agent. Hey. Okay, listen, I did, huh? Are you still an Aquaman too? Girl, I don't know. I think you have bigger things to worry about. First of all, the fact that I'm no longer your agent. Huh? Oh no, sweetie, I'm gonna drop you. You can't even act right on the stand. You can't even, you're trying to lie this whole time and we know it, sweetie. We can see through it. And you can't even do improv. That's a part of acting. The facial expressions, honey, please go back to acting school. Or don't, do you. Also, PR is just throwing a fit. I need you to go ahead and call them. You blowing your nose on the stand when actually you were inhaling a substance is actually not a good look. I don't know how you expect me to get you jobs. Therefore, I'm gonna let it go. Huh? Okay, you can call me whatever you want, sweetheart. Just don't call me back, okay?
My dog stepped on a bee.
My mom stuck in a tree.
My husband broke his knee.
Good morning. Hello. Did you guys have a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was,
Is everything okay?
it's been, really tough.
Oh my goodness, what happened?
I had to call someone to come out to my house.
As in the emergency services?
No, a specialist, because I had no idea our carpet was so dirty.
Your carpet?
Yes, so dirty. And I remember thinking, when did it get so dirty?
Were they able to get it clean for you?
Yes.
Well, that's good. And how's little one been over the weekend?
Oh my god. It's been horrible.
Did something happen with her?
Yes, she stepped on a bee.
Oh my goodness, was she stung?
No, not one of those bees. We were doing the alphabet at home and I asked her to step on D. And she stepped on a B.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try and get out in the garden today because apparently the weather is going to be lovely and
hearsay.
Okay, guys, this is something that I missed. This is at the very end of day 13. Like, okay, she picks that silver bottle up. She just did under the table. Okay. Now watch this. Okay, she goes to open it. Oh, better put that away, you mouths. And there's a cop. She shoves it right in her jacket. Right quick. What you got in the bottle, Amber? What you got in the...
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
Best in the history of your relationship with Johnny?
Answer it however you feel you wish to.
One time, Johnny was hitting me, and he was hitting me hard and repeatedly, and I was screaming. He makes this motion when Jerry Judge yells "boss."
I just remember this brief struggle we had before.
All we had was a little bit of separation, and my sister runs down the stairs. We're on a landing.
Miss Heard, I must interrupt you
can't.
because I've
can't.
asked you a yes
Then
or no question.
Withdraw your.
Watch this. Tell me what you think.
Mental condition. It doesn't. It's still hearsay, Your Honor.
Did you just do a bump?
May we approach?
Pretty sure you just did a bump on the stand, girl. I don't know about you, but I'm not putting a finger up my nose when I'm blowing my nose. And like, some could argue the whole like, hold the side of the nose and blow it a fucking Luger through your other nostril. And that's not what she's doing. That looked to me like a straight snort. Like, was coffee not cutting it for you? Does anybody else think that was a bump? And just the mannerisms of her. It's like she was like stunned by blowing her nose. And by how this case is going, it wouldn't surprise me if that was actually her doing a bump. Oh. What do you think? Was she picking her nose? Blowing a Luger? Or do you think she was doing a bump?
This clip is of Amber Heard apparently, supposedly crying. She basically appears to just pose for the camera in the middle of the wiping of her nose.
Pose, yeah.
So that the cameras can get a nice picture of her putting a handkerchief to her face. So here we go. Okay, so she goes for her nose. She puts that on her face. She looks over to the camera person. She pauses, does not blow her nose.
Return to LA.
And then moves. And by the way, very weird use of the Kleenex right there. Since she doesn't actually wipe her nose with the Kleenex, she then like brushes across her nose. I don't know what is going on right there, but it does not appear to be somebody who's just wiping their nose normally. Now, again, you have to do this sort of physical re-examination of how she's acting because you have to determine whether you think she's lying.
So this is an article I found. You could look it up because I can't put it. But this is one of the reasons why she has a credibility issue in the court of public opinion. The woman testified to it and
Do you know my client?
Don't know.
Isn't it true that your relationship with my client is entirely platonic?
I don't remember.
Would I be accurate if I described your relationship as totally professional?
I don't know how.
It's not your relationship with my client, boink! Bad baby, bad baby. Did you ever not make love? Did you?
It wasn't him. It was Black.
Liar!
He's badgering the witness.
It's his witness.
I've never been so scared in my life.
I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before.
If you just got slapped for the first time, you would be in shock. You would not have time to analyze the details of the carpet.
I'm going to drink this coffee now. A really quick, a really random fact that doesn't matter. I bought this coffee from New Zealand.
The coffee's hot.
Amber Heard. People do not want her in the Aquaman sequel. So there are now over 3 million signatures among this whole Johnny Depp trial summary. But people are saying we do not want her in the Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
You know what they should do with Aquaman 2? They should write her in as just a crazy person. They should just make the character so, like, she shits in the sea, and they're like, why would you do this? Why would you do this to me?
Well, she shits in Aquaman's bed. Like, she goes over to his kelp bed and takes a dump and then blames the dog. Blames the dogfish. They should loosely base it all.
They should.
The
Jason Momoa just starts winning a lot of rings. You're like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
He picks up a conch shell and throws it at her.
So I just watched about 3 minutes of Amber Heard's testimony. Y'all, if you don't know who I am, I'm known as Car Girl here on the TikDok. I specialize in helping everyday people learn how to give the car salesman a taste of their own medicine. Essentially, I'm a bullshitter of the bullshitters. I don't know everything about everything, but I do know car salesmen. And that Amber Heard's trying to sell a Honda Civic to somebody looking for a Rolls Royce. There's a saying in the car business that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like when you ask a car salesman a direct question and then they go around their elbow to get to their ass talking you in a circle, but never actually give you an answer. They say a whole bunch of words, but they don't say anything at all. And at the end of it, you're left with a headache and a piss-poor attitude. That's her up on the stand.
Place like Puerto Rico, it was beautiful. It takes place in the 50s, so everything really looked beautiful.
And also, like most car salesmen that can't close the front doors, she ain't gonna be able to close this jury. Fight me.
There is a very small body language contradiction in the following clip. Let's see if you can spot it.
And he slaps me one more time. Hard. And he slaps me one more time. Hard. And he slaps me one more time. Hard.
Yeah, she just denied with her head when making those claims. Now, the movement of denying with one's head can also be used to emphasize a statement, like when you say that something is delicious. In that case, it's fairly common to see that people move their heads back and forth to add intensity to the word. But in Amber's case, the moment that she's denying with her head, she's silent. There are no words to emphasize. So this signal is a body language contradiction to whatever she's saying.
Mega pint of red wine, correct? A mega pint. I poured myself a large glass of wine. You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct? A mega pint. I poured myself a large glass of wine.
And my dad told me, Johnny has asked me permission for your hand in marriage. And I felt like the luckiest woman in the world.
So while you were filming London Fields and Johnny had gone back to LA, what, if any, issues did you have?
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react. I just sat there thinking, how much time do I have to figure out what I need to do? Because, God, did he just hit me? No, I didn't want to leave him. I didn't want this to be the reality. I didn't want to have the man I was in love with. I know you don't come back from that. I'm not dumb. I know you can't hit a woman. You can't hit a man. You can't hit anyone. You can't just hit somebody because I knew it was wrong, and I knew that I had to leave him. And that's what broke my heart, because I didn't want to leave him.
Little Doc, look so good, make some of them women do you know what, and they underwear.
He'd pass out in his own vomit. He'd lose control of his body, he'd lose control, and everyone would clean up after him. I cleaned up after him.
Okay, you saw that, right? I still got my gum. Now I want to show you the real Amber Heard. This is the real Amber Heard.
it is.
Let me assure you, Miss Heard, it is an
She was in the process
Sorry,
of.
please don't interrupt me.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, Blair, because you instructed her to be sure to give a complete answer, but yet you're interrupting her, and that's a problem for me and for her.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
because-
problem for me too, so let me very clearly and unambiguously apologize to you, Ms. Heard.
What?
I did not intend to interrupt you. I want you to
Look at her face.
be able to give full and
Where's
complete
that?
statements.
Where's that face
Okay?
at?
I would like to.
Where's that attitude at? Where's the attitude at? That was the worst display of act.
Why is he filming?
Detective. Well, Detective, I'm sorry about this. He gets really starstruck.
Check out Johnny trying hard to keep the con going while Amber starts to lose it. Don't mess with the girl in her car.
The sooner we get this done.
Get my car back.
What the hell's going on over there?
They come up and, we act all starstruck and, Chip's like taking surreptitious pictures, and stuff like that. And Amber's getting pissed off.
Chip is none other than famed custom car designer Chip Foose, the guy giving Amber's baby a total makeover, with Johnny and Amber's dad acting as the insiders setting her up.
1, 2, 3. You're on overhauling.
I'm blown away. I'm speechless. I can't believe all of this. You both my tricksters here.
How's it been for you, Johnny, having to keep this secret from him?
There's only so many times.
How is my day going? Well, today is today. Today would usually go how every other day goes. So today is just today. And I would always ask myself about the day, which is why I know that today is today.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Over and over. Fucking hate you. And then pounding the back of my head.
I have compiled a list of things that Amber's attorney should have told her prior to going up on the stand to testify. Number 1, don't lie under oath. But if you're going to lie, keep your story straight. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, finish a sentence. Makes you look a little more credible if you know how to finish a sentence. Okay. Don't ramble, because then you just lose everybody, and then I have to keep asking other questions, and it's just really going to hold up the court's time. So try not to ramble. Same goes for me. You know what I mean. And don't do that. Don't stutter. Try not to stutter. Also, learn to cry on demand, but it would be a little more credible if you could actually shed some tears. But if you can't squeeze the tears out enough, just turn away from the audience and from camera view and the jury, and just kind of do a little wiping motion. There's also tissues in front of you if you need to use those to maybe like wipe your nose, make sure you sniffle a few times, maybe like wipe the corners of your eyes, but try to make it look a little bit credible. Also, don't say anything that is gonna call for the other side to call hearsay, because when you said that she said that somebody else said, they're gonna say hearsay, and it's just really, again, it's gonna hold up the court's time. If you could make your hair look a little presentable and not so disheveled, that would also make you look a little more credible, because we're having a hard time here. So when you go up, if you could just follow this list, if I need to make you a copy of this, post it, we can definitely do that. But we're not going to give a copy to anybody else. Just for you, is for you to refer to you, so that you can review your recollections of this conversation that we had. Okay, so you're gonna
until I woke up.
When you woke up, was there anyone there?
Pedal my way back. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
Oh.
Wow. Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
Look at Johnny Depp's nose.
So, tell me what happened.
He was homeless and sick. And I was walking home from the bar talking on my phone. And then he just came sprinting towards me.
I mean, not running, sprinting. And I thought, like maybe he was running from someone or after someone. The last time I saw, he was still out there going crazy.
Drugs, maybe?
Did anybody notice this when Amber walked into the courtroom today? Watch this. Just watch. She walks in and watch. No one stands up for her. No one pulls out her chair. Look at, are you gonna pull out my chair? What about you? My chair? No? Okay. You gonna pull out my chair? You? No? Okay. All right. It's all right. I'll get it myself. Thanks. Meanwhile, Johnny's team, his whole team is standing and waiting. His lawyer stands up. Okay, of course he gets a wave from everyone in the courtroom. And then handshake by his lawyer. He's greeted. Yep. Completely different on that side of the room. I just found that funny. They have a seat together. Complete partners. And then here's Amber again pulling out her own chair.
And I was walking out of the bedroom, slapped me across the face. I turned to look at him. And I said, Johnny, you hit me. You just hit me.
Okay, Miss Amber Heard. Shanice! Fucker. She wrote, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, listen, Amber, I am the vet that has been taking care of your dog, okay? And I can confirm that he stepped on a bee. Also, a little bit concerning, just before I gave him some more morphine to set him to sleep, he looked at me square in my eye and slid this across the table. Do you have any idea what this could be about? No. Okay. Also, he did do a little follow-up note and he presented us with this, okay? It's his writing, as you can see. Anything that you think could be causing that? Any problems at home? All right, I only ask because sometimes these animals, they're very sensitive and they do act out. He might have stepped on the bee on purpose. Do you know what I mean? It could have been a form of self-harm if he's been very stressed, yeah. So anything going on? No? No £100 million court cases we should know about? Yeah, no. Okay. All right. I'll go get it for you.
Amber Heard's face, is it real or sus? This photo is from 2005, this one is from just last year. Her nose appears to have been thinned, so I do believe she has had a rhinoplasty. Her upper lip was thinner in 2005 than it is now. The lip doesn't grow like this, she's probably had some lip filler injections. Her cheeks also look different. They're shaped a bit differently. Some doctors have speculated that she may have had cheek implants, and I do think that's possible. Her chin also appears to have been reshaped. She may have a chin implant too. What do you think? Did I miss anything?
I lose my balance. At this point, we're sitting next to each other on the edge of the couch, or I was on the edge of the couch. I was just sitting there on this carpet, looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before, and I just didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to react. My dog stepped on a bee.
Objection, relevance.
Hey, Amber, I just want you to know that I'm here if you want to talk. I know it's hard to open up, but if you wouldn't mind. I understand, actually. I actually get it. I get it. But I also know that vulnerability is our strength. So anything you want to share. My dog stepped on a bee. Wow, that's intense. Yeah, I have the bee with me. Oh, can I see the bee? No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Such an idiot, so sorry.
Bro, watch Amber look at her photographer, notice they're taking pictures, and just pause. Look. Oh, you done? You done? Okay. Oh, now the photographs are done. I can finish it. All right, sweet. Thank you.
Hadn't landed a blow. Kate Moss in the stairs, and I swung at him. In all of my relationship to date with Johnny, I hadn't landed a blow. And I don't know if he had let go of my neck or loosened my grip, but I remember slapping him across the face. Hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not.
You guys, somebody just sent something to me on Instagram and I have to share it with you guys because I don't know how I didn't catch it while watching yesterday, but listen to what Amber says while she's on stand.
And I said, I don't remember what I said to him, but I said something snotty to him that provoked him. It provoked him.
Like he was on top of me, and I'm looking at him in his eyes, and I don't see him anymore. It wasn't him. It was black. I've never been so scared in my life.
Sobbing through her second day of testimony, Amber Heard described Johnny Depp's alleged attacks in graphic detail.
My head was bashing against the back of the bar, and I couldn't breathe.
She accused Depp of slapping and kicking her during a private flight with others.
No one did anything. I felt so embarrassed that he could kick me to the ground in front of people.
And Heard broke down while claiming that during an alcohol-fueled rage in Australia, Depp sexually assaulted her.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Her lawyers then showed images she took of the trashed home from that trip, including bloodstains.
There's blood on the carpet. I could see blood drips. My forearms were cut. My bottoms of my feet were sliced up.
This my shit. All the girls stop your feet like this. Drop the bass, main and bass.
My dog stepped on a bee.
My dad has to pee.
Buy one, get one free.
Here's the difference between Amber Heard when she's talking naturally and when she's acting.
It was 9 or so years ago that I stopped doing, using my real name online and stopped, bank records in a different name, like all those things that you have to do.
Notice how casually she's speaking. Now watch her performance.
I just sat there thinking, how much time do I have till I figure out what I need to do? Because, God, did he just hit me?
Will you please state your name?
Yes, it's Amber Laura Heard.
And what is your address?
I live in Yucca Valley, California.
And how old are you, Amber?
I am 36. I just celebrated.
Okay. And do you have a daughter?
I do. She also celebrated her birthday recently. She's 1.
Okay. And what is your profession?
I am an actor, mostly.
Okay. Now, why are you here?
I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote.
And how do you feel about that?
I struggle to have the words. I struggle to find the words to describe how painful this is.
What the heck did I just watch today? This was one of the most bizarre things that I think I've ever seen on live TV. I was shocked by how many inconsistencies I could find as someone who's not even a lawyer. Let's go through them, shall we? Once again, when she tries to cry, she really forces herself and she's like, come on, let's go with the tears. We got this, we got this. She gets really close. Maybe one tear came out today, but that was it. And there were times when she was rubbing her eyes like, oh my God, but there was nothing there. There were no tears. Come on, man. Sometimes she would say, I will never forget this. I still remember. And then 2 seconds later, she said, I don't really remember. I don't really recall. She only remembers the things that conveniently fit her story. She also never seems to remember the sequence of things. He was on top of me. I think he was on top of me. He might have been on top of me. What I found really strange was her ability to use metaphors in the middle of her story, especially when you're so emotionally driven. I also noticed she has a little giveaway every time she's thinking or she's run out of things to say. She has this little thing, usually in the middle of a cry or an attempted cry rather. The way she goes from sad to normal is just very inconsistent. She also uses the phrase, I suppose, I guess, I suppose. She's trying to play this innocent character who doesn't really want to ruffle any feathers. And the claims she made today, the way she was describing it, always described it from the other person's view. He did this, he threw this at me, he grabbed me like this. But if you had lived that experience, you would describe how it happened to you. I felt this happen to me. And she could remember all the details about the environment, but not the details about the actual thing she felt. This whole thing was absolutely bizarre. The fact that she would lie to this extent really...
Nobody asked for it, but I'm gonna give it to you. Here's an actor's perspective on Amber Heard's testimony. So I've been a professional actor since I was 7 years old. And today, watching Amber's testimony from an actor's perspective, I noticed some very interesting things. As actors, it's our jobs to study human behavior, to really nail down the tiny little moments, details, movements, physicalities that really make authentic moments real.
He gets down on his knees and he grabs my hands and he's touching my hands and he's saying to me, I will never do that again. I'm so sorry, baby. I put the away. I thought I killed it and it's done. I thought I put the monster away.
What I saw today was like, massive performance to the jury. Do you believe me? Do you believe me? Do you believe me? Now, of course, every human being is different. Everybody is going to have a different way to express their emotion. But as knowing that she has a performer background, to see her being so big and seeing that she's trying to get eye contact with every juror, I don't know about you, but anytime I've recalled trauma, I am not trying to see if every person is making eye contact with me. If anything, I'm actually probably shying away from eye contact because it's such a vulnerable, personable moment, especially what she was talking about, which is abuse and, you know, DV and all sorts of crazy stuff. I thought that was a little weird. Disclaimer, everybody shares their trauma in different ways.
Okay, I need all these videos of people acting out Amber Heard's testimony. I need that to be like admissible in court. Like it needs to be seen by the jury. Like all these videos are just, it's evident at this point. It's literally evident. It's one thing to hear her testimony, and yeah, when you listen to her testimony and you pay close attention to the details, it's like, okay, that doesn't really make sense, homegirl. That doesn't really make sense. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like how is he slapping you and then you turn around to face him? He's slapping you from the back? Like what? You know what? But then when you see it, when you see these people act these things out, you're like, what? What? The jury needs to see these things. The jury needs, I'm gonna start a petition, because the jury needs to see them. I want them to be like, okay, can you stand up and show us? Like, they need to tell her, like, I'm not following. Like, can you stand up and demonstrate for the court, for the jury? Like, can you show us how that went? Because, something's not adding up, babe. It's like, what do you mean? And then I just seen the one where she was like, what she said. She was like, I don't know. But I've seen a lot of them. But the point of the story is, you're not making any sense, girl. You get it together. Get it together.
Generally speaking, on a day-to-day, about 1 or 2 bottles of red wine were consumed per day. I think that's fair to say.
Did you ever observe Mr. Depp drink any of the wine?
No, I didn't.
Did you ever observe Ms. Heard drink any of the wine?
Yes, I did.
Regularly?
Daily. Daily. Daily.
Destroy the child. Corrupt them all. This is their plan, people. These are demons.
drink too much. Maybe. Or maybe you're just not drinking enough.
You serious? You're goddamn right.
No, there she is.
Boo! Boo!
Where's the money for the charity?
All right. She got in the front seat too. She wasn't in the front seat. She wasn't in the front seat. They can't go that way either. Ready? Oh yeah. She sees it right out. Amber turn. Okay. Share. Ready?
You made a fool of me, but the broken dreams have got to end.